Hello once more and welcome to another episode of biology. Because today we jump into the excretory system. I'm sure that you'll be enjoying yourself. So I'll be discussing all of the systems from digestion, transport, respiratory. Today we'll look at excretory, and I'm sure that this also will be a very, very interesting class for you. All right, do not forget that these tutorials, all of these episodes, okay, it's brought to you by the O3 Schools JAMB CBT practice application. Okay, the app is available for all your devices. Okay, we'll talk about the features of the app. All right, but before we talk about that, let's see a JAMB past question as relates to excretory system. Okay, remember today we're just basically doing an introduction into the excretory system. In ensuing episodes, we are going to discuss more on the excretory system. So this is a biology 1997 question using the question search feature on the app. 1997 question number 10. Okay, it is being displayed on your screen right now. It says that the nitrogenous substance that is excreted by birds, okay, is in order to conserve water is A says ammonia, B says urea, C says uric acid, D says nitric acid. Okay, so these are the options. We'll come back to this question and many more at the end of the class and not before, because at O3 Schools, we pride ourselves. What makes us different is that we give you value first. Okay, we teach you, and then answering questions will become the easiest or the simplest things for you to do. So ensure you download the O3 Schools JAMB CBT practice app immediately now as you are speaking and start practicing your way to success. The app has all the features, everything you need for success in JAMB. Past questions are on the application. All right, under the practice for UTME. All right, also there's a classroom with JAMB syllabus, with lecture notes structured according to that JAMB syllabus, with a study plan. You can even create a study plan in the classroom and finish your JAMB syllabus within the shortest possible time. Likewise, there's a question search feature where you can search for question according to topic, and the question that JAMB has set under that topic will come out for you to answer. For example, you can go to question search, click on biology, search for excretory system. What the questions on the excretory system? Okay, you see them. Okay, that JAMB has said before. You just answer them, obey them, and we'll move ahead. All right. And likewise, there's also the mock challenge on the app every Saturday for all students that are writing JAMB. Come to the app, compete with each other, win amazing prizes, get us to JAMB past question, JAMB likely exam question, familiarize yourself with how examiner set question, which is the main bane of your study. And of course, you see your result released every Saturday also, so you can track how prepared you are for the main examination. All right, so please, all of these features and many more, as you can see being displayed right now, goes for a little token for activation. Okay, the only thing I can tell you that the price of activation, all right, is less than the price of one turkey. If you go to restaurant now, one turkey, okay, is 6,500. All right, somebody will go there and buy two and be eating. All right, but to activate your app will become a problem for you. It will not be in Jesus' name. All right, so please pay for your activation fee. All right, over the years, activation fee has been increasing. It's to keep on increasing. So pass your JAMB at once and forget all of this rubbish. All right, we are going to pass your JAMB at once in Jesus' name. All right, so let us look at the excretory system today. First of all, what is excretion? Okay, when we hear the excretory system, what comes to our mind first? Is he going to poo in the toilet? Because once you hear excretion, some people mind is, remember many years ago when we were in primary school, when our teacher you tell your teacher, excuse me, sir, I want to go and excrete. Okay, all right. So if you're actually going to urinate, okay, to pass out urine, okay, or urine, as you may have it, it is called excretion. Okay, but of course, hope you know that feces, the shit, feces, the one that comes out from your nyash, okay, the feces or the one that comes out from your bum, that one no be excretory product. Oh, please take note of that. Okay, we'll talk about that in a very, very, very few moments. Okay, so excretion is when your body removes waste, okay, from the body, unwanted waste. Okay, that's what excretion. All right, we say your body remove waste made inside your body. When your body remove waste, okay, made inside your body, okay, that is called excretion. When your body removes waste made inside your body, that is called excretion. For example, your kidneys, okay, where urine, okay, where urine and other toxic or toxins, okay, are removed, okay, That is what, that's a way, that is what, that's an excretory what product. Okay, for example, what's called when you sweat, okay, sweating, okay, when you sweat, you are removing what, unwanted what, substances from your body, and they are made by what, by the sweat glands. You know that sweat is made by the sweat glands. Is made by the what? By the sweat glands in your skin. Okay, so it's made inside the body. Okay, so that is what sweat is also what an excretory what product. Okay, when we breathe out, also when we breathe out, breathing out. Okay, what do we breathe out? We breathe out air that is rich in carbon dioxide, okay, in carbon dioxide. So this is also what an excretory what product. These are all excretory what product. Urine, okay, or you call the one you call urine, okay, your urine, all right, your what, your sweat, okay, CO2, they are what excretory what product, okay. So other nitrogenous what waste, all right, those are what excretory products. Take note of what of that. Note that physics, the sheet where you they go sheet, this physics is not an excretory product. Please take note of that. It is that it's not an excretory waste. Okay, it's not an excretory what waste. All right. So we now have what we call what egestion. Egestion is the removal, okay, of undigested food particles. That is what we call what? That's what we call what egestion. So physics, okay, we ingest what physics. For example, your poo, physics is what? Is part of what? Of those what? Undigested food substances that what? That we remove from what? From our body. Okay, so when you eat, all right, the body will take the one that it needs. The one it does not need, will now go and what? And remove it, okay, in the what? In the convenience. Okay, so that one is what is is called what? Egestion. So we eject, okay, we remove what undigested food particles, okay, through a process called egestion. All right, but excretory what waste, okay, phases is not an excretory what waste. Take note of what of that, okay, it's not an excretory waste. So it does take note of that. We have what sweat produced by what? By the sweat glands. We have urine, okay. We have what is again when we breathe out of carbon dioxide. We have other nitrogenous what waste substances like your urine, like your urea rather, your uric acid, your ammonia. Those are what excretory what wastes, okay. But physics is not an excretory waste. Take note of that. Know that and know peace. All right. So now, what is excretion again? As you can see from the board, we say excretion is the process whereby an organism removes waste products of metabolism. Okay, waste products first, waste products, and then of what? Of metabolism from the body. Okay, so it's the process by which an organism removes waste products of metabolism from the body. Okay, so that is what excretion. But what is metabolism first of all? All right, you know that what there are different systems in your body, like the respiratory system, like digestive system. Okay, there are so many activities going on in your body. Okay, so metabolism is a process whereby your body changes the food you take in, to what? To release energy, okay, and other materials. Please take note of that, okay? Metabolism is a process whereby your body changes food that you take in to release what? Energy. It changes food to what? To energy and other what? Important or useful what? Materials. And take note of this, that all living things, okay? All living things what undergo what? This what? Metabolism. And the reason why they do this is to keep what the body what alive and what and working. Okay, so without what many of these metabolic activities going on in your body, okay, the person will permit. All right, so that's what metabolism, where your body changes food to what? Energy and other what? Useful materials. Now there are two main parts to metabolism. This is not part of what the class, okay? I just want to chip it in. It's very necessary. You can see it, okay, in your exam. All right. So there are two main parts of metabolism. We have one that we call anabolism. Okay. We have another one that we call what? Catabolism. Okay. So for anabolism, okay, is the first stage where food, okay, is being broken down, okay, to release energy. Okay. So for anabolism, food is broken down, or the breakdown of food broken down to release to release energy. Okay, they will now have catabolism. Okay, for example, when for anabolism, example is when food is what digested. Okay, so that's an example of anabolism: breakdown of food, digestion of food, breakdown of food to release energy. Now, catabolism is the process of using that energy that has been released for building and for repair. Okay, using what the energy, using the energy for building and repair. Okay, that is what catabolism. All right, for like building your muscles. Okay, all right. So that is what example of catabolism. So whenever you hear metabolism, what should come to your mind first is that what is your body what taking in what food, is you taking in food. Okay, then you release energy. Then that energy is used to what to build and to repair what tissues. Okay, so that is what metabolism. Okay, and of course know that what this metabolism happens all the time. Metabolism happens all the time, even when you are sleeping. Is what is happening. Okay, so that's why the body what needs what energy all the time. Needs what energy. You need to what eat. Okay, that's why sometimes if you don't eat, you see say you weak like bole, you won't fall like dodo ripe. Okay, the body what needs what energy. Okay, for all this what metabolic what activities. See that during respiration. Alright, during respiration, and excretory waste that is produced is carbon dioxide. Okay, that's an excretory waste. That's why you see that what breathing out. Okay, all right, breathing out carbon dioxide, making carbon dioxide an excretory waste. All right, so take note of all of these. Okay, so now I've told you that egestion is the process of removing undigested food particles, and your feces, which is the one you know as shit very well. That one now that will not be excretory product. Okay, now you eject it from your body. Okay, so now they're all ways of removing unwanted substances from our body. All right, but it is not an excretory product. All right, it's removal of undigested food particles. Now, so now let us go to the next part of this class. Now we're going to look at living organisms, and then we'll talk about their excretory wastes. Okay, look at living organisms and their excretory waste. Let's go there. Living organisms and their excretory wastes. Living organisms and their excretory waste. So now, for so many of you, okay, all right, I don't know what the problem is. You watch a video like this, you will not like. Just look at our Facebook, okay? Our Facebook followers are not up to 1,000 followers. It's very, very bad, okay? And sometimes we have close to more than 1,000 views, okay, in our videos. Okay, it means that many of you are not following us, all right? So on our Facebook, please click on that follow button, okay? If you look at the old three schools page, all right, you will see follow. All right, just click on that follow. That is all. All right. If you don't like our videos, you don't like it, you don't subscribe, you don't share, it's very, very bad. All right. So please support us so that we can grow, so that we can also help you. Encourage us. You are not encouraging us. Let me just put it like that. You guys are not encouraging us. All right. You don't like, you don't share because it's academic. If it's skit now, brain jotter, we have shared since, so because it's book now, you will not. Please share, support us so that we can grow and then we can be encouraged to assist you. All right, let's get this page quickly to at least 5,000 followers. All right, so let us go. Living organisms. Okay, then we'll talk about their excretory waste. Okay, so we begin with number 1, mammals and dogfish. Okay, so you know what dogfish is, right? So dogfish is a species of shark. Okay, it's a species of shark. The reason why they're called dogfish is because they hunt in packs. They hunt in packs like dogs. Okay, all right, so that's why we call them we call them dog or fish. Okay, all right, they feed on fishes, they feed on quills, they feed on crustaceans. Okay, they are predators. All right, so now please take note of all of this. So now the living organisms are considered now mammals and dogfish. Their main excretory waste is urea. UREA. All right, urea. Okay, we want to talk about nitrogenous waste. nitrogenous waste, okay? We're talking about what? Urea. We're talking about uric acid. We're talking about what? Ammonia, okay? These are what? These are nitrogenous what waste. They're all nitrogenous waste, okay? So the specific nitrogenous waste, okay, for living organisms is what we're actually what talking about here now. For what? For mammals and dogfish is what? Is urea. For mammals and dogfish is what? Is urea. Their main excretory waste is urea. Mammals and dogfish. Please take note. Oh, I'm stressing it now. You see it in your exam. All right. So for mammals, it is what? It is urea. Okay, then we have birds, number 2. Look at birds. Okay, talk about reptiles and insects. Okay, birds, reptiles, and insects. Okay, these are organisms that need to work on. We'll talk about it very soon. Okay, the organisms that will need to work to conserve water. All right, because mostly they live in areas where there's no water. Okay, so because of that, like the desert, for example, so they need to work to conserve water so that they do not lose so much water. All right, so their main excretory waste, birds, reptiles, and insects is uric acid. Okay, is uric acid. Please take note of that. All right, then number 3, let's talk about amoeba now and bony fishes. Okay, for amoeba, the one you call ammoeba. Okay, for amoeba and bony fishes, their main excretory waste is ammonia. Okay, please take note of what. Of that. Okay, so they are aquatic. Okay, so their main excretory waste is what? Is ammonia. All right, and then the last one I'll consider is what? Is plants. Okay, plants, their main excretory waste are what? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, and what? And water. Okay, so excess water is removed. All right, also what? In plants, these are their main excretory waste. Okay, so these are living organisms and their main excretory waste. All right, for mammals and dogfish, it's urea. For birds, for reptiles, and insects, it's uric acid. Then for amoeba and bony fishes, it's ammonia. Then for plants, it's what? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water. All right? So please take note of all of this, okay? You see them in your past question very, very, very well. It is necessary that you know them. It's very, very easy, isn't it? So let's continue. So urea is what? Is soluble in water. It is soluble in water. Okay, take note of that. Urea is what? Is soluble in water. Okay, uric acid is insoluble in water. Insoluble in water. All right, I'm going somewhere. Okay, take note of that. So urea is what? Soluble in water. Uric acid is insoluble in water. Ammonia itself is highly soluble. Okay, how do I spell highly? Highly soluble. That means it's very, 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 very soluble in water. Very, very soluble in water. So basically, this uric acid is excreted by organisms, okay, that need to what? Conserve water, okay, that need to conserve what? Water. You know what conservation of water is, isn't it? So that what? The organisms, like I said, that live what? In the desert, for example, okay, or where there's no water readily available to them. So because of that, they need to what? They need to what? Prevent their body from losing so much water. Okay, in fact, they don't even come outside during the day. Most of them, they don't come outside during the day. They come out during the night. Okay, when everywhere is what? A bit what? Cold, so that they do not lose what? Excess of, they do not lose water. Okay, anyhow from their body. All right, so uric acid is excreted by organisms that what now? That need to what? Conserve what? Water. Like for example, your birds, your reptiles, and your insects. Okay, please take note of that. All right, urea itself is soluble in water, but ammonia is highly soluble in water, and of course, it is mainly excreted by what? By aquatic organisms. All right, that's why I see that what? Amoeba and what? Bony fishes are examples of what? Organisms that what? They excrete what? Ammonia. Are we together? Okay, so please take note of that. Have it at the back of your mind. You see it in your exams, also you see it in your past question. It's necessary, it is expedient that you take them to heart. Now, let's continue. So now we look at organisms and their main excretory organs. Okay, so in the first instance, we look at what? Living organisms and their excretory waste. Now we're looking at living organisms and their main excretory organ. Okay, so let us go. All right, not excretory waste now, but their what? But their main excretory organ. All right, so let us look at them. So here will not be waste now. All right, it will be what now? Excretory what? Main excretory what? Organ. All right, their main excretory organ. So let us look at them. Let us start again with what? With mammals. All right. So for number one, look at mammals. This part is also very important, okay? You need to know them also, okay? So for mammals, of course, we have two kidneys, okay? So kidneys, and they are what? They are main what? Excretory what? Organ, okay? That's their main excretory organ. I hope you know that, okay? The bean-shaped what? Kidney, all right? So that is what? Our main excretory what? Organ. So let's look at what? Amoeba, number two. Amoeba, okay? And the main excretory organ of the amoeba is the contractile vacuole. Okay? Please take note of that. The main excretory organ of the amoeba is the contractile what? Vacuole. Okay? Is the contractile vacuole. Please take note of that. Okay? That is the main excretory organ of amoeba. Okay? So number three, let's talk about plants. Okay? So for plants, we have what? Our stomata. We have the stomata and the lenticel, okay? That is their main what? Excretory organ, all right? Please take note of that. The stomata and the lenticel is their main excretory what? Organ. Okay, so let us look at another organism, the earthworm. Earthworm, okay? Their main excretory organ is nephridia. Okay, nephridia, all right? Singular is what? Nephridium, okay? So their main excretory organ is what? The nephridia, all right? Please take note of that. For the earthworm, it is nephridia. Now, we also have flatworm, okay? Flatworm, number five. Flatworm, the main excretory organ of the flatworm, okay, is flame cell, okay? It's called flame cell, F-L-A-M-E, flame what? Cells, okay? That is the main excretory organ of what? Of the flatworm. For the earthworm is nephridia. For the flatworm is flame cell. Take note of them. But if they were not important, I would have told you. Okay? So these are some of the organisms. Also, we also have what? Crustaceans. Number six, crustaceans. And who can guess the main excretory organ of the crustacean? The main excretory organ of the crustaceans is called green glands, okay? It's called what? Green glands, okay? Please take note of that, all right? That is the main excretory organ of the crustaceans. For earthworm, nephridia. For flatworm, flame cell. For crustaceans, green gland. Then we now have insects. For insects, the main excretory organ is called the Malpighian tubule, okay? Number seven. Insects. Main excretory organ is called Malpighian tubule. Okay, please take note of all of these. They are very important. For mammals, kidneys. For amoeba, contractile vacuole. For plants, stomata and the lenticel. For earthworm, nephridia. For flatworm, flame cell. For crustaceans, green glands. For insects, Malpighian tubules. All right. So thank you so much. This is where I'm going to end. We're going to go to the O3 Schools app now. Answer questions. You see that they ask these questions a lot. All right. So please, it is necessary that you know all of these. Okay. So in the next class, we'll talk about what excretory organs in some organisms, protozoas, in annelids. Okay. In insects and so on and so forth. So let us go to the past questions. Okay, using the question search feature, we're able to get these questions. So please like this video. Okay, subscribe. I'm not going to answer these questions. You know how to do it. Please put the answers in the comment sections. Okay. Now, 1997 number 10. Okay, they are all assignment for you. 1997 number 10. It says the nitrogenous substance that is excreted by birds in order to conserve water. Okay, remember I told you, all right, that they excrete in nitrogenous ways. Okay, and they do that because it is insoluble in water. All right, so they need to conserve They need to conserve water. All right, that's why they secrete that. Okay, that's why they excrete that. So the option says A, ammonia. Cannot be ammonia. Sorry, it can. If it is, say it is ammonia. B, urea. C, uric acid. D, nitric acid. So in the comment section, just say A, B, C, or D. All right, for number for 1997 number 10. 1995 number 18. The excretory structure in the earthworm is it's on the board for earthworm. Okay, all right, let us see. A says mammalian tubule, B says flame cell, C says nephridium, D says what? Kidney. All right. So you can what? Choose the right what answer. Okay, you can see it from the board. All right. So let us continue. 2009 number 21. In insects, the structure that performs the same function as the kidney in man. Okay. In insects, okay, the structure that performs the same kidney as in man is the A says nephridium, B says flame cell, C says mammalian tubule, D says trachea. So some of you may never understand. Okay, you may not understand what a question, so you will not be confused. So the question they're asking you here is that in insects, okay, in man, okay, the excretory organ is what? Is this. In insects, it is what? Okay, so like in man, it is this. In insects, what it is? Okay, what is it? What organ perform what? The same organ that what? The same organ that perform what? Excretion in man. Okay, for insects, it is what? Obviously, it's on the board there. A says nephridium, B flame cell, C mammalian tubule, D says what? Trachea. Okay, so plus, ensure what? You put the right answer in the comment section. 2020 number 25 says, which of the following structures functions as an excretory system found in flatworm? In flatworm, A say contractile vacuole, B say nephridium, C flame cell, D mammalian tubule. All right, so put all of those answers in the comment section. Number 2009 number 47. This will be the fifth one, right? Which of the following animals is most adapted for water conservation? A says earthworms, B says mammal, C says flatworm, D says insect. Which one? Okay, so please put the correct answer in the comment section. The only thing I can tell you that A is very wrong. If you pick A, you are wrong. If you pick C, you are wrong. The answer is between B and D. All right, so put the answer in the comment section. All right, and of course, I'll see you in the next class where we'll continue discussing about the excretory system. Thank you for watching.